So we'll begin with a small prayer. After that we'll have our class. Okay? Harshil, you want to? Harmony. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara
Hare Krishna. Mr. Prabhu, thank you all for coming today, giving us an opportunity to serve you all. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Jaganatha Prabhu here.
So today we will discuss the Damodar pastime. Now all of you know what is the pastime. Krishna stole butter, Mataji put tied rope, right? And then Krishna got the 2 trees down. In Ramayana, we have that, there was one Hindi song, I forgot. The whole Ramayana has to be encapsulated in 4 verses. 14 बरस का वनवास पाया, माता पिता का वचन निभाया, धोखे से हर ली रावण ने सीता, रावण को मारा लंका बचा. Ramayana का पूरा story. समझिए 4 लाइन, right? So many times what happens, our understanding of Lord's beautiful Leela is restricted to a very superficial level of just narrating the events that happen without deep diving into the lessons that come out from that particular Leela. So today what we will attempt to do Okay, to begin the auspicious month of Kartik, we will try to dive deep into some of the critical lessons that we all can learn from the Damodar Lila. Right? There is a song in Hindi again. Okay, it says, Sikandar ne porus se ki ladai. So main kya karu? Correct? If some Leela is happening somewhere, what should I do then? Correct? So everyone wants to know that if the Lord has done some Leela somewhere, therefore what should I do? Right? In my life, how is it relevant? How can I apply? Then our knowledge, which is called Jnana, becomes Vijnana. Vijnana means knowledge which when put into practice becomes realized knowledge. So there is a difference between Jnana and Vijnana. Jnana means knowledge, Vijnana means knowledge which has been put into practice and now it has become realization. Right? So for knowledge to culminate in realization, there needs to be practice in between. We have to do something practical. So we will discuss some of the philosophical aspects as well as the practical aspects of this Damodar Lila in the next 30 minutes. 28 minutes. 7, 10. So, what happens in the Damodar Lila first of all? The Damodar Lila starts with Mother Yashoda doing what? Churning the butter. Now sometimes we also churn butter, metaphorically. We also prepare what? Bhoga for the Lord. Remember, we also prepare offerings for the Lord. Right? Now, we are sitting in a small place called Point Hook Suburb. In that one, what is it? Wallace Avenue. In that Wallace Avenue, one small center, right, we are sitting. That Point Hook is a small suburb in Melbourne. Melbourne is small in Victoria. Victoria is small in Australia. Australia is small in the world, in Earth. And Earth cannot be even seen from space. So how small is Earth? Right? In front of Jupiter, Earth is nothing. In front of Sun, Jupiter is nothing. And when you go to further galaxy, Sun is also not. Right? So, in this Vishal, huge universe, that's only one universe, and like that there are millions of universes. Do we think Krishna is dependent on the apple and orange that I offer? Or Bichara, there was some drought over there, poor fellow is stealing butter. Milani, it looks like he lost his job or something. The difference laid off. So somebody is stealing. Come to that point. Obviously not, right? So there is something going on here. There's something going on here. So Mother Yashoda is churning this butter. It is said in Bhagavad Gita, there is a beautiful verse in Bhagavad Gita. I'm sure all of you know part of this. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yoga bhaktya prayachati tad aham bhakti upahratam asnami prayatatmanam. So, this is a very beautiful verse from Bhagavad Gita, right? In this verse, the speciality is that the word bhakti comes twice. Many people call this as the vegetarian verse of Bhagavad Gita. But actually it is not vegetarian verse of Bhagavad Gita. Because even monkeys are vegetarian. So there is nothing great about being vegetarian. Right? It's not my sentence, Prabhupada said this. Even monkeys are vegetarian. So nothing great about being vegetarian. Right? So this verse is not a vegetarian verse. The essence of this verse is Krishna doesn't need our apple. He doesn't need our orange. He doesn't even need our leaf, flower, water, fruit. Nothing he requires. In the spiritual world, he is the husband of Lakshmi. Vishnu is the husband of Lakshmi, who gives all these things. Right? So what does he need from us? Right? But still, what does he take from our fruit or flower or water? What does he derive from that? He tastes the love with which we made that offering. The simplest example of that is if your daughter or son save pocket money from whatever you are giving them, and on your birthday they give you a small pen. You would not say, "Tu mujhe pen de, will you give me pen? Teri aukat hai? How dare you give your father pen? I am the one whose money you bought this pen." Will any father say like that? Will any mother say like that? No. Why? Because the pen is incidental. Father doesn't need a pen, but father is seeing the love of his daughter. That's the point. So Krishna also, from whatever we offer to him, Krishna is relishing the love of the devotee through that offering. Therefore, what is the most important ingredient when we cook something for the Lord? Our love with which we cook for the Lord. In that, even if you forget to put salt or sugar, that's okay. In the realm of procedural bhakti, it is called as Vaini bhakti, that's not okay. But in the mood of spontaneous love towards the Lord, that's okay. Because that's what happened. When Lord went to Vidur's house, what happened? Vidur's wife was looking at the Lord's face and she was giving him what? Kela, banana. So she was throwing the banana away and giving Krishna banana peel. And Krishna is also looking, he is also tasting it. Right? Can anyone eat banana peel if we are giving him? I don't think so. He'll throw up. But Lord is eating that. Because it doesn't matter to him whether it is banana or banana peel. What he is tasting is the love of his devotee. That's where this pastime starts. Mother Yashoda is churning the butter for Krishna. But while churning the butter for Krishna, normally what happens? Sometimes the village ladies will get together. They will say, "अरे रामू का पति भाग गया सुना जसवंती के साथ." अच्छा, उसका वो बसंती के साथ मदर इन लॉ के साथ घूमता नहीं सुना मैंने. I don't know whether you have to translate in English for me. Right? So we do all kinds of gossip when food is being prepared, right? But it is said that the mood of Mother Yashoda, when she is preparing this, she is singing spontaneous poems of Lord Krishna's pastimes, which he had done before he did the Damodar. Putna pastime, Dhanavata, all those pastimes, Shakatasura. And how she is doing is, she is singing those pastimes. When we sing a pastimes of the Lord, there is a certain different mellow or flavor that comes in that pastime. When we sing something, right? For example, there is a big event that is happening at the start of the Kartik month today. Very auspicious event. It is going to happen in another 12 minutes from now. Which event is that? India versus England. Now, if somebody was to say, Janagana Adinayaka Jaya Bharata Bhagya Vedanta, that's how we used to sing in school, because you want to run a home after that. Correct? Run to the play. Right? But just nice, so much nice speaker is scored and players are standing. There is कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन और बड़ा मजा आ गया. Some different flavors come because the thing has been put in a very melodious voice. So Yashoda mother is also placing all of Krishna's leelas in a very melodious song, and that's what she's singing. Everyone is getting attracted to that, right? And she's just immersed in love of her Lala, of her Krishna. So that's one thing she's doing. What other thing she's doing in preparing the ingredients? It is said, what is she trying to do at that point in time? She has kept milk in the stove or whatever. In that time, what do we call it?
Chula.
Chula. Okay. She has kept milk over there. Milk क्या हो रहा है? Boil हो रहा है. Now, where did she get that milk from? She didn't go to Woolworths. और देखा, okay, expiry date देखा, $1 में मिला तो ले लेता हूँ. दाल. She didn't buy that kind of milk, right? She said, I want the best milk for my son. Now the best milk will come from the best cow. The cow will give best milk. The best cow will give best milk if it eats the best grass. So it starts from there. So that is the minute details to which Yashoda mother looks at giving milk to the Lord. She goes at the grassroots level. Literally she doing it. So that is the mood. Best ingredients, best process, and more important than everything else is mood of doing. So that's lesson number 1 from Damodar Leela. That when we cook for the Lord, it's very important for us to have the right mood, because it is only that mood which he is accepting. The ingredients are irrelevant. Right? He has enough of those ingredients. He is only supplier of all that. Right? So that's first lesson. The second lesson that comes is the question of matter. There are two things, matter and spirit. All of you know that, right? Because you attended Bhaktivedanta programs. Who are we? Matter or spirit?
Spirit.
Spirit. Thank you very much. Right? We are spirit and our body is matter. We are spirit trapped inside matter. Right? We are the tenants of this body. Temporary residents of this body. Right? So, the whole idea of matter, the word matter is only relevant in the material world. The word matter is only relevant in the material. That's why it's called material world. Right? Matter is absent in the spiritual world because everything in the spiritual world is spirit. Everything in the spiritual world has what? Consciousness. Chit. Jad vastu or insentient matter is only a phenomenon in this material world. So therefore, now please hear carefully. Milk is boiling in the chulha, right? Is that milk material?
No.
No. So what's happening is that milk is boiling and Krishna is asking his mother for milk. Mother is saying, wait, beta, garam to hai na? No, I can't wait. I don't want that milk. I want milk from your breast. So Krishna is insisting on mother's milk, not that milk which is boiling. So what is happening? That milk which has got consciousness is feeling useless in life for not being able to serve the Lord. So in that milk is overflowing. It's saying, okay, I'm going to end my life. What is the point in my existence? Right? So when Yashoda mother sees that, what happens? Immediately she puts Krishna, who is breastfeeding, down and she goes to attend the chula. Right? So this is lesson number 2, the learning that every single entity in the spiritual world wants to serve the Lord in its own way. And the jealousy or envy of this material world is manifested in a pure form in the spiritual world in terms of greed to serve Krishna. That greed becomes polluted greed in this material world. So this is that greed. That I am the one, me, I have to serve Krishna. Everyone is very eager to serve the Lord in the spiritual world. Right? So this is lesson number 2 from Damodar Leela. The third lesson is, what did we say? What did we say? We heard that the milk is now come out, and therefore what happens? Spontaneously Mother Yashoda is putting Krishna down, and then she is going to attend the milk. Now the question is this correct? Krishna की सर्विस हो रही है, स्तनपान किया जा रहा है, breast feeding to Krishna is going on. And at the end of the day, what is more important? That milk which is there or this Krishna who is? After all, a logician will argue that milk भी तुम Krishna के लिए बना रही है. So then why are you now stopping feeding your child and attending to the milk? Yashoda mother, on the other hand, she is thinking that milk is for Krishna only. So she is thinking that milk is also equally important. I'll off it, come back and I'll continue reading it. Right? So this is the third lesson. Sometimes in our life also, there will be conflict of services. Should I do this service? Or should I do that service? Or should I do that service? Sometimes we will not understand. Should I do garment service? Should I do preaching? Should I do book distribution? Should I do what should I do? Right? So therefore, Prabhupada writes a brilliant statement there. Prabhupada says, you can do any service as long as it is on the platform of love and affection. If the motivation to do something is your love for Krishna, do that. Better to do a service, take up services where your love for Krishna increases rather than doing some circus which we can't do and saying that, yaar, ye service area. I don't feel like going. There is nothing wrong in serving based on our own aptitudes, interests and strengths. If you are a good cook, cook for the Lord. If you are good with book distribution, hello, how is it going, sir? We have got for all the handsome men in Melbourne, we have got a work. If you are good at talking like this, go and do. Take it as your main service, no problem. If you are good at sweeping the floor, sweep. And if you are good at preaching, preach. If you are good at teaching, teach. So there is nothing wrong in doing services which you like, where your mind automatically takes you to. Because it is important to come into Krishna consciousness. It is important even more to stay in Krishna consciousness, but most important is to happily stay in Krishna consciousness, not grumpily stay in Krishna consciousness. So do whatever that makes you happy. At the end of the day, you have to be happy in Krishna consciousness. हमारे चेहरे पे 12:30 बजे रहेंगे. People will say, कौन से movement है वो? भक्ति कर रहे हैं. People will say, I don't want to come there where you are going. After that, you are only तेरे चेहरे लड़का होगा हमेशा, right? So nobody will come unless we are. So a happy customer is the best salesman of the product. So it's important we keep ourselves happy in Krishna consciousness. So we take services which we want. However, sometimes if we are asked to do a service and which we don't want to do, then it's up to us, for the sake of love of Lord, we take that service. So we should take also, right? But by default, we are allowed to do services which we like. The principle of serving is more important than which service you do. The principle of becoming servant of the Lord, or servant of the devotees, that's more important, right? So when there is a conflict, Prabhupada says, then what do you do? Which service to do? So we consult who? Ultimately, we consult Krishna. But can we say, Krishna, hello, Jaganatha, you still have lust, anger, envy, greed, pride. So Krishna will not listen to take my phone call because he has got very big criteria for lifting my phone call. But whose phone call does he lift? Guru's phone call. Right? So therefore, when in conflict, we consult our spiritual master which service to take. When spiritual master is not available also, what to do? Physically in front of us, there are two spiritual masters, Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru. We consult. If they are not available then there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadhami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayate. Which means Lord Krishna says, I will give you the intelligence. Don't worry. Just chant your rounds nicely. And keep the attitude of service. Service attitude. When service attitude is there, Paramatma will give intelligence on what you should do and what you should not do, even if your spiritual master is not present. Okay? So that's the third lesson, how to handle service conflicts. Right? Fourth is, Mother Yashoda is now seeing that Lord Krishna has run away from that place. He has broken the pot. Now he's gone to another room. Their butter has been kept. He has broken. He has climbed on top of the ukkal or the mortar, and he is eating the butter, and he is also feeding it to the monkeys. Now this is too much. Right? So obviously she is annoyed as a mother. So Mother Yashoda runs to catch him. I'm going to catch him. Now, does she succeed in catching him? Yes. Unless she catches him, how she can bind him?
After a lot of effort.
Yeah, after some time she catches him, right? Now it is said in the scriptures that Lord Krishna can run faster than the speed of mind. He can run faster than the speed of mind, right? Now for someone who can run faster than the speed of mind, how can you catch that person? It's impossible. To catch Krishna is impossible. It is said, Dhyana vastita tad gadena manasa pashyanti yam yogina. The yogis are doing big tapasya in the Himalayas to catch the Lord who is Paramatma inside their heart, but pakad mein nahi aate hain. Even after doing big tapasya for thousands of years, standing on one leg, nothing happens, right? It takes so long to follow other yogic processes to attain this Krishna, to catch him. But what is the easiest way of catching him? With love. Right? With love he is easily conquered. That's why the Damodarastakam it is said, declare boldly that with love I can be conquered very easily. So, because of the love of Mother Yashoda, she is able to conquer that person, catch that person who is otherwise impossible to catch. Right? So she catches him with the pash ropes of her love. That is lesson number 4. Only with love we can catch the love. Lesson number 5 from this Leela, Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna. How? She uses a rope. I'm going to bind you here, you don't run anywhere. And what happens? All of you know, as she keeps binding the rope is 2 fingers. What is the significance of that? The first finger is that we have to put our effort in bhakti. And when we put our effort, then Lord gives us reciprocation. Many times we tell people, Prabhu ji, program में आइए ना, मंदिर में आइए ना, जरूर आएंगे. जब कृष्णा की इच्छा हो, प्रभु बुलाए, हम जरूर आएंगे. This looks like Gupta Singh in Chole. Correct. वो जरूर कुछ नहीं आता. इच्छा. When we suppose somebody says 7 o'clock India versus England is starting. जब प्रभु की इच्छा हो तब जरूर क्रिकेट मैच देखेंगे. ये बोलते हैं क्या लोग? सलमान खान का लेटेस्ट मूवी आया तो बोलते हैं जब प्रभु की इच्छा होगी तब देखिए. अरे लगा मूवी छोड़, ऑफिस को भी सिक लीव मारते हैं. मैच है भाई. Right? So we apply this nonsense philosophy, Prabhu ki ichha, only when it comes to coming to the temple or Bhaktivedanta program. That is our mind. Right? Because the job of our mind is to take us away from Krishna. So mind will tell you, तू अच्छा कर रहा है, अभी 2 हफ्ता जाके आया ना, अभी आराम करना है यार, जाके तो आया ना, इतना भक्ति ऊंचा गया. एक भी इतना attendance almost 80% attendance you have. You don't have to go. This is the job of the mind, the crow-like mind, the black crow, which will keep us away from that, right? So therefore, Krishna says 2 things. You have to put effort. You have to subjugate that mind and have the willpower. No, I am going to do what is good for me in the eternal one, right? Cancelling this Bhaktivedanta and going and watching a cricket match will only be enjoyable if the run rate is good. Correct or not? Call someone and say, 5 wicket गिर गया. Hey Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Material world is useless. Correct? Somebody says, Rohit मार रहा है. Prabhu, थोड़ा घर में काम है. Wife बीमार है. Correct? That is how we are. Our mind is nonsense. Therefore, Krishna says, I will see your sincerity with which you want to come to me. I am going to see what can you give up for my sake. And if I see that sincerity in you, तो 1 कदम लेगा मेरे पास, मैं 50 कदम रखूंगा तेरे पास. ये यथा माम प्रपद्यन्ते तम सते प्रपद्यन्ते. So that is the another lesson. 1 finger for endeavor. If we endeavor, then we can ask for mercy. Right? The next lesson is it is said that Lord Krishna, Balaram gets very angry. Because Balaram is who? Brother. Balaram is going and telling who? Yashoda. Yashoda. आज तक मैं चुप रहा, लेकिन आज मैं आपको कुछ बताना चाहता हूं। क्या आप जानते हो? Do you know who you are binding? You are binding this. You think it is your lover, your small boy? Sorry. He is the supreme personality of Godhead, from whose pores of body millions of universes come. He is Swami Bhagwan, जिससे देख के यमराज is also afraid. And you are trying to punish him. Are you not afraid? And Mother Yashoda says, अरे बाप रे, तू जानती है? True or false? False. Mother Yashoda is saying, और तू कौन है? मैं आनंद शेष बलराम. Mother Yashoda says, अच्छा? She takes the stick and says, Balaram also. But तुम लोग दोनों को मेरा ही घर में मस्ती करने के. That is the only mood. That is the reciprocation. That is the mood of mother. She doesn't care that the child is supreme personality and his brother is. Who cares? मैं माँ हूँ, चार लंबा लगा के दोनों को. Right? That's a mood. And Krishna loves that mood. That is exactly the mood which all of us have to develop. The mood of spontaneous love towards the Lord. All our Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, chanting, etc. is to lead us to that, getting that mood. So, it is said that even Lord Brahma, Lord Shivji also cannot have that mood. Brahma will permission lena padta. Shivji also comes as a beggar to see Krishna's small childhood pastimes. No easy entry. But Mother Yashoda is chasing the Lord. That is fifth lesson. Sixth lesson is Lord Krishna comes out from the Uttal. Okay, Yashoda mother attends to other duties. So Lord Krishna is going in. So what he does, he comes out with the mortar. There are two trees standing. He goes in between the trees and boom. Both the trees are down. They are called as what? Yamala Arjun trees. Who are these Yamala Arjun trees? They are nothing but Manigriva and Nalakuvera, who were sporting naked in the Ganges. Even when Narad Muni was present. Guru के सामने he was sporting naked, that too with women. चार थप्पड़ नहीं लगना चाहिए. Correct. That is what happens. So what happens? Narad Muni curses them that you have done an apart, so you will have to stand like trees. But Narad Muni's curse is not like police torture, not like a Govardhana Devara. Correct. The curse of a guru actually in the long run is the best blessing for a devotee. Right? So what happens? These two people, Yamala Arjun trees, they don't stand in front of crowd casino. Correct? They are Yamala Arjun trees in which Leela? In Gokul. So all the time they are witnessing the childhood pastimes of the Lord. So the curse of a guru, of a Vaishnava guru, can never, it will always be very auspicious towards the end. That's the next lesson. Right? Parallelly, another lesson, the seventh lesson is, when we go to a holy place, it is the mood with which we go to the holy place that's very important. And what we do in the holy place is also very important. In the Bhagavatam it is said, if you go to a holy place and someone asks you, क्या किया वृंदावन में? बहुत अच्छा था, राधाकुंड में नहाया, यमुना में स्नान किया और आए हम लोग. So Bhagavatam says even the cows and donkeys are taking bath in. Even the turtle is perpetually swimming in that Radhakund. So yes, it's good to take a bath there, but is that all? You go to a holy place too? So it is said that when we go to a holy place, we take bath through the ears. We associate with saintly personalities. Otherwise, it's like saying, my son is a very good student. Achha? Kya iron shirt pehta hai? Perfect uniform. Always shoes are always polished. In the school also, the teacher said he never makes any noise. He always is a good boy, keeping his finger on his lips. The only thing he doesn't do is study. How does that sound? You have ticked all the boxes, but जो purpose के लिए school गया वही गया, right? You ticked all the boxes except the purpose for which you went to school. So when you go to the holy land, yes, you be a good boy, take bath and all this, but associate with the saintly personalities. So we don't do frivolous activities of sporting. We don't start playing, what is that ball which is played in the water? What's called water polo. In the Ganges. We don't do all these things. But that's precisely what Nala Kuvera and Manigriva were doing. That's why Narad Muni cursed them. Right? The next lesson, 8th lesson is, as I mentioned, the blessing of a sadhu, the curse of a sadhu is always blessing toward the end. So in the end, what is happening to these two people? When they come down, Krishna personally brings them down and sends them back to their abode, but not with the same consciousness. They went back to the same abode, but with the changed consciousness. Of course, I want to talk a little bit more, but time is there, so I'll finish in 1 or 2 minutes now. Okay? Otherwise, I don't want to spoil the schedule. So that's in brief. That is the next lesson. Another 9th lesson. There are 10 lessons. The 9th lesson is that Narad, these two people, why were they proud? This Nalakuvara and Manigriva. Why they were proud? Because they were that song, Na Bibi Na Bachcha. Yada? Na Baap Bada Na Maiya. The whole thing is that Bhaiya, sabse bada. And that Rupaya, they had lots. They were the sons of Mumbai, Kuvera. Correct? So now, socho, unko kitna ego hai? Kitna paisa? So much wealth. In the Bhagavatam it is said, Janma Aishwarya Chuta Shribhi Edhamana Madhapuman Na Evar Hati Abhidatumbai Tvam Akinchana Gocha. When you have very high parentage, when you have a lot of wealth, when job is going very well, we are in high position in office, first flat has happened, investment property is also growing, car has come, first Toyota Corolla second hand, then Toyota first hand, then BMW, then Audi. That's how everything happens, no? First work permit, then PR, then citizenship, then Facebook, branded shirts. Facebook पे डाल के relatives को दिखाओ, so that they are envious of us. लोग जलते हैं, अच्छा. So that is what we are. So what happens when our life is going first class? That time we don't chant attentively. कोई कारण ही नहीं है कृष्ण को बुलाने के लिए. कृष्ण comes and says, क्या बुला रहा था मुझे? हरे कृष्ण. चल, अरे अब तो कर लिया. अभी तो गार्डनिंग करना है. अभी तो पेंट भी डिजाइन नहीं किया है. एशियन पेंट का ट्रैक्टर डिस्टेंस पर. कौन सा शेड मारो? कौन सा? डबल मल्टी वॉल, फीचर वॉल. कृष्ण बाद में आना यार. थोड़ा मजे तो ले लो. Let me enjoy this material world. Lord, don't disturb me now. Life is going very nicely. But one medical test can change the direction of our lives. Then we change. That's what happens. So therefore, sometimes life has to give us 2-3 slaps for us to take spiritual life very seriously. And that's exactly the slap Narad Muni gave to Nalakuvara and Manigriva. No, they are kangal. Who will worship a tree? पेड़ को देख के anyone say, hello sir, साहब, पेड़ साहब. Will anyone say? That's what they were used to. Any woman will come, what a handsome tree. I want to propose to you. Nobody. But that's where Nalakuvara and Manigriva were used to. Sporting with women. Being the son of बड़े बाप के बिगड़े हुए अवतार. Right? And they were made to stand as trees. That was their punishment. But with this punishment also came reformation. Yesterday in one of the classes we were discussing. If you are put in that Bombay's Arthur Road jail or Delhi's Tihar jail, when people come out, are they shaven like that? Do they come out singing Hare Krishna? ऐसा होता है क्या जेल से बाहर आके? No, because inside the jail there is only punishment. There is no reformation. But because they were in Gokul, in the association of devotees, witnessing the pastimes of the Lord and the curse of a guru, which means the guru's words are still on their head, they were reformed when they came out. Reformed for what? Accepting Krishna as who is Krishna. They understood the purpose of life, and they thanked Narad Muni for the opportunity, but yet they were quite not there. Now they have to practice their spiritual life. So Krishna sent them back to their abode, saying that Achhe bache raho, practice your spiritual life and don't remain in heavenly planets. Ultimately come back to the spiritual kingdom. That's lesson number 9, which means what? That when life is going good also, we have to take bhakti seriously. Otherwise, anyway life is going to turn bad. That is something which nobody should tell anyone, it's common sense. So do not wait till life turns bad. Last lesson. Lord Krishna, who always fulfills the desire of a devotee. Lord Krishna is actually the most conjuice when it comes to bhakti. He is the most miserly person. He will not give his love to anybody and everyone. He has got very tight criteria. What does he say in Bhagavad Gita? Satatam kirtayanto mam yathantasya jadavata. Satatam means what? Always. If we are asked to always chant, what happens? Impossible, right? Even 16th round is difficult. Correct or not? We start negotiating. 4 नहीं चलेगा. Correct? 1 नहीं चलेगा. 16 ही क्यों? 16 ही क्यों? 16 किसने बोला? Minimum 16 है. Even for that we are struggling. But that same Lord Krishna, who is not attainable, he is easily attainable when we go through recommendation quota of the pure devotee. So that's the next one. So Narad Muni desired that these two rascals be delivered. Therefore Krishna said, okay, I have high standards, but because you bless them, I can't do it. I will not come in the way of your desire to make them devotees. Right? So therefore it is said that yes, Lord Krishna is very merciful, but more merciful than Lord Krishna is who? The devotee of Lord Krishna. Who just brings everyone in Krishna consciousness. Gives Krishna consciousness to one and all. Right? So these are some of the lessons from Damodar Lila. Sorry, I went 7 minutes overboard. Apologize for that. But I will end here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Radha